All right, welcome everyone to another interview with Sponsorship Plus. My name is Jeff Olson, and today we have Yanni Schamberger. Yanni is a bodybuilder, a trainer, a professional who has spent his career around health and wellness and fitness and human performance. We're going to talk today about the three pillars of Sponsorship Plus, which is first around human performance, second around owning your influence, and then the third is just being a leader in your tribe. For those bodybuilders out there, let me give you some of his accolades. He is a former Mr. Universe, won the title in 1995. He went on to compete in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic and placed there, as well as Mr. Olympia. So he is in the field of bodybuilding, spent decades around this conversation. So Yanni, talk to us from a bodybuilder's perspective, how you see these plant powders, produce concentrates helping athletes perform.
Well, it's very valuable because when in this sport, we are taught early that you stay away from fruit because of the sugar content. So we normally only eat a banana, and that's it. So what you learn earlier before you enter the sport is that you need to eat a rainbow color of fruits and vegetables and berries. But we tend to stay away from that because we're afraid of the sugar content. Now, when I competed, the dieting was really hard because I was known for conditioning, coming in very, very conditioned. And I was known for being one of the few natural athletes that can compete at a very high level. So that was my trademark. That was my claim to fame. So what I had to do is learn a lot more about nutrition compared to the competitors I was competing against. This information, I had to learn that every time I diet for a show, that my immune system would get really, really weak. And I will spend 9 months training for a show, and I'll catch a cold the week or 2 weeks before the show and throw my conditioning off. So when I look back, I'm like, gee, I could have won a lot more titles if I wasn't competing sick. The biggest part was I got real irritable, because your body fat is so low that your memory is short, you get irritable, your anxiety builds up in you because you want to win, and you get afraid because of all the hard work you've been doing. So I had to learn over time how to use nutrition to my advantage and not just follow the game plan they had laid out in the magazine.
Talk to us a little bit about how you see these plant powders, produce concentrates, kind of pulling your sports nutrition into the 21st century around recovery, around durability, around the adaptive response, getting that physiology to be able to take a beating and work up, and have a recovery response, and maybe where fruits and vegetables are sort of low man on the totem pole for bodybuilders in terms of how they view it from a performance perspective.
Well, what I had to start explaining to other people is that when we took in more fruits, vegetables in our diet, that a lot of times because of our sport, our body grows and shrinks. So you get stretch marks. Another thing is when you stay away from those fruits and vegetables, those stretch marks will stay on your skin. You had to learn how to let your skin repair itself. Your body is a smart machine, and it can build and repair itself if you give it the proper nutrients. So I had to teach myself, and now I teach others, that we have to change the way we eat. We have to change the way we look at this sport and bring in more fruits and vegetables into our diet. So by doing that, now all the athletes I work with, they don't get sick going into a championship. They also don't have the problem with their skin. I used to have a problem with dry skin because I have to use all type of tanning products on my skin to get that bronze look. And over time, it started damaging your skin. So I had to learn that my diet before, when I first started bodybuilding, was two colors. It was a brown and green. So now I have folks adding more fruits and vegetables in their diet, and I do it myself. So we talk about nutrition. We talk about plant-based nutrition because I think that's the best type of nutrition out here when you have phytonutrients in your body. So when I teach them about plant-based nutrition and how to use it, then their success is endless.
Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about sponsorships. In the athletic world, today's athletes are competing longer, and the hustle about earning income. And, back when you competed, you had sponsorships, and talk to us about Sponsorship Plus approach of owning that influence versus renting it out to a third party, and what that means to you and how you mentor kind of the next generation around that.
I'm a lot older than a lot of the kids I work with now, and they want to do it the way I did it. And I would tell them that when I stepped off stage, there was a sponsor waiting for me right there to give me an offer. But today's society is different. We have social media, so they don't need the athlete that comes in first place anymore. They can get somebody come in fifth place and have the kind of look they want. They can make you an offer and then pull the offer away 6 months later. So you have to understand that you have to take care of yourself. You have to put more value in yourself, and you have to turn yourself into a business. So that's how you build your sponsorship now. I try to teach people to understand their wealth and their influence in their immediate group of friends, and how you can expand that to even more. And I try to teach them how to own their destiny.
That's really good. I say that athletic mindset in enterprise, sponsors want that look. And that look, your sport, you are walking billboards of health. Who doesn't want, that fitness look? And that has an influence and an economic value.
I think it's very powerful, because when you're in contest shape, and even when you're not, the thing is, folks will approach you all the time. They want to talk about, well, how did you get your stomach like this? How did you get your arms like that? And you could just be in the supermarket shopping and you'll get stopped. And then they say, well, where can I go to get that kind of information? Or what can I do? Everywhere I go, somebody wants to know, what are you eating? So now I have to show them how to integrate the proper foods in their diet along with the workout, and talk about recovery. So all these things that I'm doing forced me, or it didn't force me, but it turned a light on in my head, because I was in computers for a long time. And I never thought about owning my own fitness business. But I kept being approached by so many people asking for advice. I started helping people. And this is a sport that I'll give you help for free, until someone told me that, gee, you should turn that into a business. I traveled all around the world through fitness. I wouldn't have done that sitting in a chair in IT.
How do you see Sponsorship Plus, these plant powders and produce concentrates, one offering athletes, bodybuilding athletes, a way to take something that works from a human performance perspective and offer it to the masses? And then also, as a professional trainer and studio gym owner, how you see this improving your clients' health and fitness?
You have to walk the walk and talk the talk.
For the last decade plus, you've owned your own studio, been a trainer, really in the service-based profession. Talk to us about, how you see goods and services complementing, and partnerships and around really being a leader. You're a center of influence. You lead a tribe. So we got bodybuilders earning multiple 5- and 6-figure incomes, with Sponsorship Plus today. What's changed for you in the last couple of years that has opened your eyes to the possibility for you to earn income that grows beyond your own ability to produce it?
Well, what I like about Sponsorship Plus is that they're teaching me how to make one action work over and over and over for you. Because I'm in the business right now of just being paid by the hour. So I can train 50 clients and make a lot of money, but that's 50 hours. Okay, now you can get into group training, but if you build up group training, then you can't go anywhere, because you have to be here. They expect you to be at the classes to train multiple people. You can say, well, I can train online. Well, all those things you can do, but I want to do an action that grows for me. So that's what we're trying to do here in Sponsorship Plus. We're trying to have a business that will grow and continue to grow, even when your body is not performing at the level it was when you were an athlete. We're building something that's going to last for a long time. And we're doing it with a group of like-minded people, so everybody understands where we're going with this. And that's the best part about it. A lot of times, especially when I was competing, people couldn't understand the sacrifices I had to make to be on top. All right? Well, it's the same thing in business. a lot of people don't understand the sacrifice you're making in business. And you always got to think ahead, because if you just stay with what's current right now, you will turn around one day and be obsolete. So you have to grow with a business plan that can evolve and can take you to the next level. And with Sponsorship Plus, it's a group of us, and we're all learning and sharing from each other, and we're growing and growing. And that's what I'm so excited about, because I'm working shoulder to shoulder with other athletes that have the same common thoughts and feelings I have. What's going to make you different? What do you know that can help others? And what do you enjoy doing the most?